Wait till it starts.
Oh, sorry. Aloha, this is Colin James with Hawaii Metal Roofing Supply. I want to answer a question I'm getting a lot these days is about tropical roofing products and how certain products will function in the tropical weather. Here in Hawaii, we get a tremendous amount of difficult weather on roofing. We get so many days of high intense UV light. Because we're so close to the equator, roofing products will actually wear out faster than other parts of North America or other parts of the world because the UV light is so intense. And we get a tremendous amount of days where it's excessively hot. And there's also the factor of salt air. In Hawaii, because really every place is so close to the ocean, there's so much air and in the humidity that happens here, and the wave action causes so much salt air to go into the atmosphere, and that gets laid down onto the roof. It doesn't matter where you are in Hawaii, that salt air is going to affect your roof. It's going to deteriorate most roofing products faster. So I'll just do a little bit of a comparison of different types of roofing products and how the tropical conditions will affect each roofing product. Now, the most common roof here in Hawaii still is the asphalt roof. It's a tar and bitumen product. It's made of, has rock granules that are crushed and put on top. Now, these roofs in Hawaii, in some ways, will function all right. The difficult problem with the asphalt roofs in terms of overall function and quality and performance and value is that they are going to, first of all, be a very hot roof on your home. Air conditioning costs are much higher for this type of an asphalt roof because that hot air and the UV light is going to just continually bake your home, and it's very difficult for that hot air to escape. You need certain types of attic fans and ventilation and even solar to start eliminating some of that heat off of your roof. Now, with the performance of the asphalt roof, in the tropical conditions, one of the other conditions we have is high winds and wind-driven rain. Now, the problem with the asphalt roof is there's so many places on the asphalt roof where there's exposed nails and penetrations. We see a lot of roofs, the asphalt roofs, where especially the ridge caps will blow off. A lot of the roof is blowing off in certain winds. We're seeing with the recent the recent windstorms in Hawaii, there was literally hundreds of asphalt roofs that are blown off, and people having to get them replaced. Now, the other aspect of the asphalt roof that's difficult for the tropical conditions here is because there's so much moisture, they'll also attract a certain type of mildew and algae. It's a black mold that will grow on the asphalt roof. So that eventually deteriorates the roof, and it will cause discoloration and depreciation of value of the asphalt roof. Now, one of the other things that people really don't like about the asphalt roof is every time it rains, especially hard rain, those granules on the roof are being beaten up, and they'll actually run off the roof and fill up people's gutters. So with the asphalt roof, a maintenance issue that people really aren't too fond of, especially guys that don't like to climb up on a ladder and dig out the granules out of their gutter, that's an issue of maintenance. It's kind of a little hidden cost. Now, the wood roofs that are here typically is cedar, and the wood roofs actually are functioning fairly well in the Hawaii conditions. The wood products are getting lots of moisture, so they don't get brittle and hard as they will in other conditions, and they'll actually function quite well. The biggest problem we see with the wood roofs here is the wind damage. A lot of times as these roofs tend to get older, and the nails will rust on these roofs, unless they're using a stainless steel nail, those nails get softer and the wood roofs can tend to blow apart. But the wood roofs will generally function fairly well here in the tropics, and they are a cooler roof than many of the other options. The clay tile roofs function very well here for the most part because they're going to be a really solid roof, especially the actual clay tile roof. They're much more expensive, tend to be priced around the $12, $15 a square foot for the actual clay tile versus a concrete or a cement tile. The concrete or cement tiles will tend to crack more, and as they crack, it's fine to replace them, but you can never get them to color match. The clay and tile roofs are also much heavier, and they're going to be difficult for people to walk on just because they tend to crack more. And a lot of times we see these ridge caps blow apart. The problem with the clay and tile and cement roofs here in Hawaii is the concrete will eventually break and wear out. And as that breaks out, there's a maintenance issue there. You're going to have to recaulk that and redo the cement work on that. Especially if it's wind-driven rain, wind will get up into those cracks and you can have some leak problems. But generally the clay and concrete tiles can be repaired. The only challenge is repairing them. You cannot get necessarily a color match roof, and you'll see these roofs that look a bit like a patchwork roof. Now, steel roof here in the tropics is only good for the fact that it's going to tend to keep the water out, and there are a lot more times it's a commercial roof where you're not concerned of the look. The steel roofs, the color will tend to the paint will tend to color fade. It can chip and peel and crack, and anytime on a steel roof where you're cutting or bending that edge, you're going to actually cause an edge that's exposed. Doesn't matter what the paint is, that roof will be exposed to rust. Many times a steel roof will actually rust from the underside because that moist salt air is going to affect the underside and cling to the underside of the roof, and that's where the rust will actually start. Now, the rubber and synthetic roofs are having a tremendous amount of problems here functionally in the tropics because they are getting exposed to so much intense UV light here, and they're breaking down much faster. They can get hard and brittle. And if you have a rubber or a plastic roof that is broken down, it's highly likely that you can qualify either for a class action lawsuit or an insurance claim if there's wind that has blown those roofs off. But we're seeing a tremendous amount of problems with these roofs that are all broken up. And if you have one of those, we'd be happy to speak with you on those in more detail. Now, the aluminum roof is a very highly functional roof for the tropics for several reasons. It's going to be the coolest roof that you can put on your home. Not only will it look cool, it's actually going to function cool because the aluminum will not attract heat as other metals like steel, zinc, copper will attract the heat. It's going to keep your home much cooler. Many of these aluminum roofs, like the interlock aluminum roof, you'll actually get a $500 federal tax credit because it's an Energy Star Partner qualified product. It'll also function well because the interlock roof is designed to, and guaranteed in writing actually, not to color fade, chip, peel, or crack. So it won't have the same rust problems as a steel roof will. Functionally, it's going to last a lot longer. And because the panels are interlocking like a giant puzzle on the roof, the interlock, all the flashings and trims are made to fit together like a giant puzzle. Because of that, you eliminate most of the exposed screws and fasteners where water tends to penetrate a roof. So functionally, that's why it's the best roof on the planet. Now, you can also get the zinc roofs, which are going to eliminate any moss issues, which are great for that. They're quite expensive, and it depends on the look that you're liking. The copper roofs are also very beautiful. The copper will patina very quickly here in Hawaii. I've seen waterfront copper on waterfront properties that has patinaed from the beautiful orange copper to the green patina in less than a month, simply because it's exposed to the salt air. It's beautiful. Copper will tend to last a long time, and it's also a much pricier option. We can certainly do copper roofs for you as well. We have that as one of the products in our arsenal, is to put real copper roofing on your home. So that's just a bit of a comparison of the different types of tropical roofing products. If you want a more detailed analysis and a price analysis, you can certainly call me to get a free estimate and quote. You can reach us directly at hawaiimetalroofingsupply.com. Aloha.